Welcome to part 2 of our deep dive on fuel prices. In part 1, we explored the elements that go into determining the price for diesel at the pump. In this segment, we talked to John Kingston, editor-at-large and resident oil and gas guru over at FreightWaves. John, what role does politics play in determining the diesel prices at the pump?
Well, very little, but people think it plays a lot. The reality is that the price of crude bottomed out in this kind of latest run in October, actually before the election, and it's up about it's pretty much just about doubled since then. So that's your timeline. Diesel has come along with it. To be honest, the price of diesel is ultimately going to be set mostly by the price of crude. But let's point something out. Oil is going up, copper is going up, lumber is going up, agricultural products are going up. We are in the middle of a commodity boom. So oil is certainly not unique, but that's a small comfort to the drivers filling up their trucks.
Who sets the price at the pump?
Well, so the last place that an oil company sets a price is not at the pump. They set it at the wholesale level, which is known as the rack. After that, it is up to the individual retailer to decide what they're going to price at. And certainly, as the price goes up, they're going to want to capture that. As the price goes down, they're going to want to be reluctant.
Do retailers contract with just one local rack, or do they shop around like consumers do?
Well, they will do two things. They will have contracts with suppliers to guarantee them a base of supply, but they will also play the spot market. And it's kind of fascinating. They will take this down to like a tenth of a cent margin. That doesn't mean that they don't have contracted values, contracted supplies. They're not going to go to the spot market every single day, but they will look to that spot market with an incredible amount of precision for other supplies that they need.
We hear a lot of talk about energy independence and the importance of being a net exporter of crude. Does that balance of trade really make a difference when it comes to setting fuel prices?
Yeah, you're energy independent because you're a net exporter, but there's no man is an island here. No country is an island. You are completely connected to the rest of the crude world. It is just one big market. We do have some nationalism in the sense of the Jones Act. The Jones Act requires any product, not just oil, that's shipped from one U.S. port to another U.S. port needs to go on a U.S. flagged vessel. And, quite frankly, when you get periods of imbalance, that's a problem. One of the reasons we don't ship it, let's say, from the Gulf Coast to the East Coast is because you have to do it on a U.S. flagged vessel because of the Jones Act, which is more expensive. So instead you put it on a Liberian tanker or whatever, a Panamanian tanker, and you ship it to Latin America or you ship it over to Europe instead of keeping it home. Like that's an area where nationalism results in doing something that is maybe less efficient than you would otherwise. But on economics, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
John, thanks for explaining all of that, especially that last part, which I don't think a lot of people realize. For the Truck Boss Show, I'm Brad Kuhn, and I'll see you down the road.